during these crucial times, it's never been more important to start controlling your money. Now, especially for emergencies, but nobody knows how to go about this. So how do I best manage my money right now?
Well, great. Thank you for the question, Ken. And I think it's a great time for us to be revisiting our budgets and our financial situations. And the first thing I would say is have a budget. You know, sometimes in these situations, some people are saving money because they're not spending extra cash on travel or childcare, or some of the, or going out to dinner. For others, it may be different. So create a budget, understand what your critical bills are, rent, utilities, food, and budget from there, and make sure that it's accurate. A few times I've seen customers make a budget and then don't put in, you know, some of the daily spends, and then they wonder why they're not, you know, they're not acclimating to the budget that they put out. So use your budget, enter your information on your budget, and I would say use the free education that's available to you. Banks like HSBC and other organizations out there are giving you free information to learn about financial literacy, which is a big passion for me. And now is the big time, you know, to look at how you're financially literate, even with your kids and young adults. There's never too early a time to start saving. So go through your budget, review it with your children, get everyone in on the decision, and make sure that you try to stick to it.
Yes, totally agree with what Tara had to say. Also, you have to look at not just your present moment and think about 1 year ahead. If you're blessed enough to still have your job, you don't know what's going to be happening in a year's time. So this whole idea about saving is really important, and think about how you've got enough for 6 months. This is something we've heard all our lives. I think this is the first time people have actually started looking at their budget with the reality of what's happening. So make sure that you have that, and also just be aware of the frills that you've got, right? What can you get rid of? No fancy coffees, everything, make your own coffee at home, that sort of thing, right? So be conservative. It is important to be conservative at this point.
Right. So, okay, no more fancy coffee for me, I guess. Han, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, in these uncertain times, it's actually very important to go in even deeper, right? Beyond just, do a budget and then stick to it. I think people have to realize that things have changed, right? And that means something. Right? And so the key questions to ask is not, hey, change with the times. It's first, what changed, right? Has your income changed? If your incomings has changed, it stands to reason that your outgoings need to change as well, right? And most people have this aversion to changing the way they do things, right? However, there is a way you can actually save without having to do drastic things first, right? So, if let's say you've had a reduction in income, you can start with the pain-free stuff first, right? Do the things you want to do everything you want to do, save money in the process. So simple things like, are you still using cash? You probably shouldn't be from a health perspective anyway, right? Use tools such as, debit cards, e-wallets, credit cards with some cash back. Make some money back on what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing anyway, and have some money back in your pocket. So for me, those are kind of the pain-free savings you can make, right? And if that balances your budget, good for you. You're in good shape, right? If it doesn't, then you go on to the painful stuff, the stuff that you actually have to change your life. Have less coffees, go out less, sell your car because you're not working and you're not driving to work anymore. You're walking to work from your bedroom to your home office, right? Things like that where you have to change your life. So I think it's about seeing what the changes first, doing the pain-free stuff because it's easy, and then moving on to the painful things.
Yeah, great points by all our speakers today on this session. One thing I'd like to share is that, not everybody is in a very adverse situation. Some of us have the privilege of using this opportunity to actually increase your net portfolio or invest in opportunities that usually are not available. So, as some of the famous people say, never waste a good crisis. Look into your resources. You'd have spare change because you're not paying for petrol, you're not paying for tolls. You have additional, at the very least, 2 hours of your day because you're not stuck in jams, not traveling to and fro work. Use that to invest in yourself, like learn something new. Use the additional cash that you have to, number one, either get into some form of very safe or a reward-centric investment. And I would advise everybody to actually get some sort of health insurance if you have the spare change, because that might save you if you actually contract this terrible disease. So that's my points.
Well, I think everybody gave like such good points, especially in terms of savings. But from an entrepreneur point of view, please do continue shopping. If you ask me, okay. But it's just that I think you still have to spend wisely, cut down on the luxury items, but spend locally, go holiday locally. You know, we just want the to spend and to have the money still circulating within the community, because I think by the end of the day we still want our businesses to get to pay their employees, and then their employees will become other people's customers as well. So we want to promote local wealth, but of course on a personal level, I've always believed to have a certain percentage on savings forcefully, because I feel that like as an example, whenever I get my salary, there's always a certain percentage that I will transfer straight away to a totally different account. Because for me, the money you don't see, you don't spend. So you kind of have to live in a certain budget, or you can say in you learn to only spend what is there in the account instead of to spend everything.
Perfect. I'd like to second Fazrina there. I mean, do keep spending, but also make an emphasis note on supporting your local merchants, your local businesses, right? So that's going to be a very critical time for us as Malaysians. We as business owners and entrepreneurs, again, would like and hope and need your support.
All right, shop locally. Still, spend your money. Now, Shayan, what do you think?
So, I mean, I think the suggestions by everybody have been spectacular, and I'm myself learning a lot from what my colleagues have been saying. So I won't beleaguer the point, but just in terms of what I think is a really prudent way to do this is to divide up your budget into 3 compartments, which is the have, good to have, and the have-nots. And again, alluding to what Tara said earlier, it's really good to get the whole family involved in this, because it's a great opportunity for the children to learn financial literacy, understand how to stick to a budget, understand how to take decisions. So this adversity is an opportunity for us to kind of build on that. The second aspect, which I think is really important, is, and this might be a little bit from left field, but you're seeing a lot of new bakers and DJs on online now. A lot of people are using the time that they have saving from the commutes and saving from work to build out their own profiles online. So it's actually an opportunity to make money. So if you have a skill, you want to teach somebody a language, promote yourself online, get yourself out there, and start building a collection of customers for yourselves. And right now, because virtual is the only option, it's an even playing field. So not only learn, but also impart knowledge, and use that as an opportunity to maybe make a little bit extra on the side.
We can,
we do.